In this second DMG audio plugins movie, I wanted to show you the modulating multi-effects monster, as they call it, Pitchfunk. Sticking with the project from the previous movie, I'm going to add Pitchfunk to the drums now, as it'll be easiest to demonstrate initially. In the default mode, you can hear it's modulating a few things already, like the pitch and some kind of delay. What I'm going to do now though is hit the flat switch at the top to reset everything. And I'll start off showing you the envelope follower, as this is the simplest modulator. So if I turn down the gain, then I can increase the envelope setting below it to have the envelope follower modulate that dial up and down to create a gating effect. And the sensitivity of the envelope can be set with the threshold to reintroduce a few more of those peaks into the signal. Let's pick a more interesting one, like filter frequency now though. So I'll bring down the cutoff. At the moment it's a low pass, but there are a few other different filters to choose from. And now I can make the envelope modulate the filter instead. And I can control the attack and release of the envelope to make the effect faster or slower. I think I'll speed up the attack a bit to see if I can make those jumps up a bit quicker. And there's a handy scale option if you're finding the modulation isn't quite high enough still. And maybe some more resonance for a bit of extra colour. Now let's check out the bass, which is sounding a bit plain at the moment. For this, we could use Pitchfunk's filters again, maybe to create some kind of wah-wah type effect. So I'll use one of the 3 LFOs to modulate it this time. Again, I'm just bringing down the filter cutoff, and then I can click on one of the 3 LFOs to bring it up on the display. LFO 3's got a sine wave in it, so I'll choose that for now. And then if I change the timing to a beat, and then bring the LFO amount up for the cutoff, you can hear we have some nice rhythmic filter modulation going on. Actually, I'll make it an 1/8, so it goes twice each beat. And these LFOs are fully customizable, so you can change the shape to any of the other presets. And if the timing's out, then the phase will sort that for you. And if you want to change the slope of the curve, or add additional points, then it's all doable. And the polarity of the modulation can be set to bidirectional or just in one direction, with the dial showing you the modulation, making it nice and clear. So creating whatever filter patterns you like is easy and quick. How about delay now? That could work well on this organ part. I think I'll try a preset first to show you its versatility. As you can see, there are loads of presets for each type of effect. So if I choose the first delay preset, then I can step through everything that's there. The first one's quite trippy, so let's maybe jump to the dub thunder ones, which are really nice. This one's making use of the constant random static LFO, which is like sample and hold, where it jumps to random values, which are held for whatever amount of time you like. And with the high feedback, it's a really fuzzy and warm tape delay kind of sound. And there are all sorts of others with differing tonal and rhythmic qualities to suit the mood of your track. What I've chosen for the organ though is the modern delay, which has a really great sound. It's set to 16ths and I've got a bit of feedback on there too. Then what's happening is an LFO with a gentle slope that shoots up at the end over 4 bars is increasing the feedback amount so that the sound is extended at the end of the 4-bar phrase, when there's actually nothing happening with the sample. So this creates a really nice, quite gentle effect. But one thing that can also work is to have the LFO also modulate the delay dial. So the effect starts to get a bit wonkier now. But what you've also got here is a delay smoothing control on the panel. So if you're a sick puppy, you can increase it to make that cloudy pitching effect even greater. But if you set it the other way, you get a really smooth and subtle effect that sounds awesome. On the pitch front, you can have a lot of fun creating different LFO shapes to make various cool patterns. Or you can use a more traditional LFO shape to create FX type sounds. Or in a less extreme way, to add tremolo. But there are also 5 different pitch algorithms, with reverse versions of each, that allow you to create even more interesting sounds. This async geo one is pretty sweet, as you can then use the splice style to create an effect a bit like granular synthesis. Here, I'm using one LFO to change the splice setting to a different static amount each beat, whilst another LFO is making very small, jittery changes to the pitch, which when combined add some really nice random variations to an otherwise pretty continuous sound. Then I've got LFO2 here, creating my own custom level pumping, as an alternative to using a compressor with a kick sent to the sidechain. So I've got some classic and more random effects being carried out simultaneously with Pitchfunk here. So I've had loads of fun with DMG Audio's plugins, and I'm only just scratching the surface of the range on offer. I'm particularly looking forward to delving into their EQs, so I recommend trying out their software for yourself. You can find demos of everything on their website. And to enter the competition to win Pitchfunk and Compassion, check out episode 7 of our podcast In the Loop, coming out shortly on our YouTube channel and iTunes. See you next time.